lovelies, welcome back to our channel, Get Spooky Society. We are in Brookville, Indiana at the Franklin County Library. And Heather is going to tell us a little bit about it, but Brookville Carnegie Library. And she's going to give us a little bit of information about that. We're really excited to be here because we've been trying to get in. Edward is here. We've been trying to get in and we just did a presentation, or we're going to do a presentation tonight. So we're excited. It's time to get spooky. Brookville, Indiana's Carnegie Library was established in 1912 with approximately 600 books. This library is one of 1,679 libraries built in the U.S. with funds from Andrew Carnegie. Indiana built more Carnegie libraries than any other state. Please come with us as we take a tour of this amazing library and see who might want to talk to us, who might still reside here.
We are about to go in. We're in Brookville, Indiana. We're at the Franklin County Public Library District. This is one of the original buildings that was built using Andrew Carnegie's money that he donated. It was a steel magnet back in the early 1900s. And we were lucky enough to have gotten some of Andrew Carnegie's money. So this is an original Carnegie Library, and if you are interested in Carnegie, you might want to look that up. That was built in 1912 in Brookville. So we're going to go in and take a quick look at what we got going on in here.
That's awesome. Thank you, Heather.
You're welcome. This goes into the full-on original part of the building that was built in 1912. There is a plaque in between the doors up here.
Okay, as Heather said, we are the Got Spooky Society, and my birthday's on Halloween, so I've always been into the spooky stuff, and I've always loved the moon and all things spooky, and had a big Halloween party and things like that. But I never really watched any of the, Ghost Hunters or any of those shows because I just don't watch a lot of TV. However, I met Ashley, who's on our team and unable to be here tonight because she's working, but she had joined a paranormal investigative team, and she told me about it, and it was almost my birthday, and they were having a fundraiser investigation, and so I went to it. And then I was like, oh, this investigating stuff's kind of neat, So with that being said, she decided to go out on her own, and we had stayed in touch, and I said, well, I want to go with you, and so that's kind of how we started. And then I had met Tina as well at the Reindeer Ridge in Dover, Indiana, and then we met Dale through a mutual friend, and so he just came one night we were at a cemetery by his house, and so he came down to it, and I said, oh, Ashley's not here, can you hold this camera? And he's been with us ever since.
He's been with them ever since.
Yeah, hold the camera.
It's really fun, just FYI.
Yeah.
But what we have found is a lot of the paranormal investigative groups do a lot of the known haunted locations that you have to pay for. They're very investigative, etc., because not everybody is as lucky as we are to have such amazing places in their own county. And so we start with Harrison. and then you've got New Trenton, and then you've got Brookville, and then you've got Laurel, and it's like the gateway. So anywhere
Cedar
along
Grove.
the river, Cedar Grove, anywhere
Yeah.
along the river is a gateway, and so to the west. And so we've got all this amazing history. And one of the things that we like to do is actually tell the history. If some spirits want to come and talk to us while we're doing it, then awesome. And we get to do that as well. So with that being said, we like to tell the history of places. We like to do the places nobody else has done. We like to do the local places. And it's worked out really well for us so far. And we haven't even scratched the surface, to be honest with you. There's so much more for us to be able to do. But what I wanted to do is show you some of our equipment. So this is an opportunity for you guys to see up close and personal what we use as equipment. We get a lot of those comments on our YouTube channel asking us, well, what kind of flashlight is it? What is the app you're using? And in fact, I'll turn on the app right now. It's called Ghost Science.
Turn that on. I love that. Sorry.
My mom has that.
Does
She
she?
drives me nuts with it.
Yeah? Awesome.
Oh, I love when they use the app. I mean, I'm sitting there plugged in with headphones, going, what? Yeah, I mean, I'm listening so close. You could ask Stephanie, some days I drive her nuts. Did I hear this? Did I hear this?
Yep. So that's one thing that we use because an actual obelisk is really expensive and we can't afford it. So with that being said, we also have flashlights. Is that flashlight on?
It's on.
Was it on?
Nope.
Nope.
Oh, hi.
Somebody's here.
Somebody's here.
It gets brighter.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
So what we do with these is they're twist top and we just turn them just off and then set them down. Now, they're not twisting them on and twisting them off. They're connecting, that was me. My energy must be really high tonight. They're connecting the wires on the inside, but that is how they like to communicate with us. So apparently we have somebody here that wants to communicate. I'm going to move it so you can see it better. Can you see it now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a lot of times we use just these flashlights to communicate with the spirits for like yes or no questions. The other thing that we use are these little cat ball toys. They're motion activated and they light up. Again, I've seen them move, but doesn't mean they're actually moving them necessarily. They might just be connecting the wires on the inside. So I'll set one over here and see what happens.
You want one back there, don't you?
I like these kind of things. It's interesting.
That was interesting to see the flashlights come on.
You want to go and get this?
Yeah, they might go off on you if you shake the table a little bit.
Yeah,
I know. Okay, so you have
They're pretty sensitive.
pretty simple. So try not to touch the table, please. So that's another thing that we use. We have what's called an EMF meter or a K2, and it is telling us what the temperature is, but it's also supposed to read EMF waves, if you will, so it's electricity. So if we were to put this up to an electric box, it's definitely going to go off. Now, you were saying it wasn't going off around the equipment.
I couldn't get it to go off.
Candle?
Candle.
Okay. So if we had a lot of something that was really putting off an EMF, then this would go off. Daggone it. Do I just hit it?
Just hit enter. Take your glasses off and hit the enter button.
Thank you.
It'll come on.
This is what's called it's like a grid light, and so if we were in here in the dark and we shined it up on here, it would have a grid of lights and we could change them, and it'll show you if somebody walks through or manipulates those lights. This is called a REM pod, and if something gets close to it, the closer you get to it, the more lights and the louder it is. We have dowsing rods that people use to find water, among other things, but we use it to talk to spirits. You have to be really still to use them. That was me.
Cat ball. And flashlight.
Is the flashlight on too?
Mhm.
Oh, yeah?
No, I did not do that, but I did that. We have a pendulum and a pendulum grid board that I made myself and hand burned. And that also, it has yeses and nos and maybes, and we can make it, you know, do different things with this pendulum, which is made out of crystals. And we have this other camera that's a night vision camera. So if we want to go completely lights out, we'll use this. And then we have this camera called the SLS. This is an Xbox 360. And somebody, I guess gamers tend to maybe be paranormal people as well. And so they thought, well, if it can detect figures in the games, then why couldn't it detect spirit forms? And so they put this together, and if a spirit, you know, or a person, an actual person, anything that has a human form comes in, then it shows a stick figure on it. So that's what that is. We have
That's the one that shows that?
Mhm.
this one, yeah.
That's the one, okay.
Yep. Now we also have the plasma ball over here in the corner. That actually helps heighten all the energy in here, and sometimes if it's too close, so you can see, if something touches it, you'll be able to know. Sometimes if it's too close to the REM pod, it will make it go off. So that's our basic equipment that we use. It's nothing all that crazy fancy, and sometimes they just like the flashlights. As you can see, the flashlight keeps going on. So, do you guys have any questions about that? And we have somebody that wants a candle.
Like,
Flashlight?
Oh, sure enough.
Roosevelt.
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 Okay.
Thank you. Can you turn that flashlight back on if your name's Roosevelt? Please? So we're very respectful to the spirits, and that's something we pride ourselves on. We don't do this to scare people. It's not about that. And we also are never wanting anything evil to come into contact with us. So if you watch any of our videos, and we're going to show some of our surgeon. Radiation. Are you a radiation surgeon? We always pray in the beginning of our investigation and ask for no evil to come in. And we actually demand. And we also tell them that they are not allowed to attach themselves to us or our equipment. C-H-A-V-E-Z. Chavis. Must be a name.
Chafed, like chafed.
Tube. Wow, you're getting awful chatty.
Okay. Was your home, were you a surgeon in the home that's next door?
Never.
Okay.
But there,
Did you travel through Brookville? Were you a surgeon through Brookville at one point?
can you turn on that flashlight if you traveled through Brookville at one point and you maybe did surgery here? Okay. Well, we'll see what happens.
They may not have it figured out yet,
They don't have it figured out yet.
or the spirits don't.
Yeah,
Maybe the spirits don't have it figured out yet,
Yeah.
like how all that stuff works.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now I'm intrigued.
I know. That was a lot of words.
That was
now
a-
it's getting really interesting.
That was a lot of words.
Yeah.
Really interesting with the story.
We always say, don't whisper. Always speak loud enough. If you've got something to say, tell us. We want to hear it. But you can catch what's called EVPs. And that is an electronic voice phenomenon, which means it wasn't heard with our ears, but the camera picked it up. And I can hear those when I wear my headphones and go through and edit for putting up on our YouTube channel. The other thing is a disembodied voice as well. Buster.
Buster.
Was Buster a thief? Can you turn on the flashlight if Buster was a thief? A disembodied voice is a voice that you actually hear while you're there, and we have,
Mm-hmm.
but there's no body. Like, it didn't come from any of us in the room. Do you guys have any questions?
It's kind of important to remember, it's kind of like a science project in that all humans and all living beings and spirits are energy. It's all electrical energy. So that's how all that equipment works, is by simply making a connection, by passing through it or being near it or whatever. At least that's our theory. It's all theory. And that's how all that stuff works, is by simply making a connection.
Right. Exactly. So when somebody says, oh, I just got a cold chill, or did you feel it was really hot, or have you ever walked into a building or a room and thought something just doesn't feel right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Many times.
That's usually a change in your electric energy field.
Yeah.
Like something's near you or passed through you that you're unaware of.
Right.
And some people can feel it, others not so much.
Yeah. Dale claims he can't feel it, but he does.
I'm getting better. But
Yes.
Boy, I do.
Yeah. So I felt down in the genealogy room report.
Oh, I knew it.
Yeah, the minute I walked up to the door.
No.
Yeah. Now is that part? Stay. Okay, we're staying. We're not going
We're
anywhere.
not going anywhere. That's not the actual room I want you to.
But is that an older room?
Oh yeah, that's the original building.
Okay.
That's the original.
So Heather was saying she thought there was a house here that was torn down.
There was, I think.
Relationship. Did you have a relationship with the house that used to be here before this building? Can you turn on one of those flashlights for us, or touch one of those shiny balls?
This one went off before, but I don't know if it was me that jarred it or if she jarred it. But that called count.
She didn't move.
I'm
Okay.
not sure if it.
I don't think it would have been me, so then she.
Try moving your table slightly and see if it doesn't. Governor. Okay, well, he's not giving that cat ball, but just to note, that cat ball did go off and it wasn't them.
Yeah.
Because she hasn't been touching the table.
Yeah, I didn't think she had, and I didn't think I jarred it enough to cause it to go off. I just caught it out of the side of my eye, so.
I see that, it was like.
Did you see it
I
go
was
off?
waiting for somebody to mention it, and I didn't want to interrupt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
got-
did see it go off, but I just didn't know if maybe they touched it.
Yeah, see, I thought I had bumped it, but yeah, I'm
Hi, Charles.
trying to jar the table and it's
Yeah.
not going off.
Now, the other thing that's really important is we use protection as well. Hey, we carry crystals in our pockets, and we wear crystals around our necks and our wrists. So if you'll see, I have a rose quartz, which is about love, and I have some tourmaline, which is to ward off negative energy. Tourmaline is really good to put above any of your outdoor to indoor door jambs, and it said that the energy from the crystal will deck on it. The energy from the crystal will take the negative energy from the person as they walk through the door. So that's why you put that there. I have amethyst on around my neck, and I also have amethyst around my wrist. Amethyst is really good for protection. And then I also have clear quartz earrings on my ears. Clear quartz is really good to magnify any energy. So I always hope that that helps the spirits come through, because we'll say, you can use our energy if it will help you to turn on a flashlight or go next to one of these devices. And what we usually do is we'll tell the spirits, who we are when we get there to say, and I'll say, hi, my name is Stephanie, and I'm a highly intuitive empath, sensitive empath, and I can feel your emotions, I can feel your energies, I can sometimes hear you if you try, and feel you touch me, see you sometimes, all of that. So feel free, and we'll say what we're open to. Feel free to talk to me, touch me, whatever it is that you want to do, I'm open. So that's what we'll do to tell them that it's safe for them to come in. What's going
Did it
on
go
back there?
off?
No, it's moving like a mill.
It's moving?
It's moving.
It didn't line up, it just rolled. Nobody touched the table.
Interesting.
Interesting.
So just a note, there's a cat ball rolling on its own down the table.
It
There's-
does,
It was in the middle, now it's down.
it does
Yeah, I
happen
see
on
that.
occasion.
Nobody touched
And
Isabel.
Isabel.
it.
Isabel.
Isabella's my little one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ship.
Was there a ship that was named Isabella?
Result.
Result.
Wow, we're getting a lot over here.
A lot of times too, spirits will be hesitant. If there's a lot of people in the room, they get shy. Or it just could be everybody's energy is like, jumbling around, etc.
Shot.
Shock. But also, it's also
Glass.
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 And it's also interesting because we've never had younger kids burp.
Burp. I'm wondering if it has something to do with the kids.
Yeah,
Because their energy field is always way different
right.
than an adult, and they're more open.
Exactly, that's what I was gonna get at, is we've never had younger kids with us, younger kids like this.
Yeah.
And they're always, and I'm just all of a sudden getting a rush.
Okay. Oh, what was that smell? Did anybody else smell that?
What's a burp?
It smelled like a burp. I swear to you it did. Like when my dog loves to come burp in my face. Because I'm like, what is that?
I smell.
You smell perfume? Okay. Do what? Oh, you can't smell anything all day. It's okay. I'm gonna admit,
President.
President, we've had governor and president and Roosevelt.
no.
Time.
Dime? Is he on the dime? All right, so
You done? No.
rest
She
was
wants
the
to
last
hold on.
word. It said aftermath, and it said ladies, coffee pot focus when you were teaching her.
Yep.
Haunted, remain, describe, intruder, dime, and president. Who is on the dime?
It is Teddy, I think, isn't it?
Can you look it up for me?
Yeah.
George Washington's on the dollar bill. But I don't know if it was
So
on.
what are you asking the rods over there?
When you said Isabella, I asked if there was another Isabella in here, and it did that.
It started to cross. Yeah.
Roosevelt.
Shut up.
I'm not lying. Roosevelt's on the dime.
Now, wait a minute, what did it say now? It said,
Roosevelt,
Yeah.
President,
Dime.
Steph.
Oh,
We said Roosevelt dime. I've got the chills like you have never
So do
seen.
I.
I've got goosebumps.
Do you?
and we're not filming her because she's younger, but she has
Oh, good lord.
the dowsing rods crossing right now.
I've got goosebumps going up and down my arms.
They keep going on.
Yeah. So we were right.
Roosevelt,
Roosevelt,
Dime.
President dime.
another episode of the Get Spooky Society here in Brookville, Indiana. We are at the Brookville Library, the Franklin County Library, where we just did a presentation for some really awesome subscribers of ours, and we got some activity that we were not expecting. We are at 1,151 or I think subscribers at this time. So if you could please smash that subscribe button, give us a huge thumbs up, share, comment, all that great stuff. It means so much to us and it's all free. Until next time, stay
Stay spooky.